Welcome back, all my fellow purple nerds. Thank you again for joining me on the channel. Today we're going to talk about Vanity's second solo album, Skin on Skin. Skin on Skin was released May 24th, 1986, peaking at number 6 on Billboard's Top 200 and number 18 on the R&B charts. To promote this project, 2 singles were released. Under the Influence, which peaked at number 9 on the R&B singles. You got me under the influence of a four-letter word in my mind. And Animals, which unfortunately did not chart. Like animals, we just can't get enough. We're like animals. Along with these 2 singles, a video for Under the Influence was also released. You got me under the influence of a four-letter word. On her previous release, she had complete control of the project as it was just Vanity and Bill Woofer on the album. This time around though, things were much different as the record label apparently stepped in and said, hey, we want to make sure we have a hit mainstream record, which is why you'll find 12 writers on this project and 2 producers. But this would actually be her last solo album as she would switch her focus to doing films. Although she does appear on the soundtrack for the film Action Jackson, which she starred in alongside Carl Weathers. The soundtrack was released on March 8, 1988 and features 3 songs by Vanity. Undress Me, which was co-written by Vanity and was produced by the former guitarist of the time, Jesse Johnson. Kiss me. She actually performs this song in the film, and it was released as a single that unfortunately did not chart. Baby, undress me. Can you kiss me? Then we have Shotgun, which features the saxophonist Dave Koz, and Faraway Eyes, which is co-written and produced by Jesse Johnson. The film Action Jackson was actually very successful, grossing $65 million on a $7 million budget. After posing in the April edition of Playboy in 1988, Vanity would continue her career in film. She was featured in major releases like Never Too Young to Die with Jason Stamos, 52 Pickup with Roy Scheider, and Deadly Illusion. After these, she would appear in 4 more films and 13 different TV shows before quitting the industry altogether. Vanity became a Christian in 1992, but unfortunately still struggled with drugs. This would lead to an overdose in 1994, and this overdose would actually lead her to denounce the name Vanity and take up her birth name Denise Matthews again. She would end up cutting all ties to anything related to Vanity, even as going as far as to throw away all her Vanity merchandise and material that she still had. This included original recordings and several different awards. She even refused any royalties from any of the music made under the Vanity name. Denise became an evangelist, eventually leading a church called Pure Heart Ministries. During her sermons and speaking engagements, she would speak openly about the horrors of drug addiction and what fame can do to a person as far as completely ruining their soul. In these early days of her evangelical career, she had to do dialysis every day as she was having kidney issues due to a 10-year crack cocaine addiction. She would eventually get a kidney transplant in 1997. In 2010, she released her book, Blame It on Vanity, Hollywood, Hell, and Heaven. After the release of this book, she would dedicate the rest of her life to ministry. Sadly, on February 15, 2016, the world lost Denise Matthews to kidney failure. This was only 2 months prior to Prince's own death. Denise left her estate to the church and actually requested a celebration instead of a funeral. Denise's death hit Prince the hardest. He truly, absolutely loved her, and some say he never stopped loving her. And she was the one person when he was going around fixing relationships with spiritually and financially after he got his master recordings back, she was the one person that he could never get in contact with. As he was able to reach out and repair and reconnect with several other broken relationships, like the members of The Time, the members of Vanity 6 and Apollonia 6, Jill Jones, and several others. At least now they get to see each other once again in the Purple Rain. Thank you again for joining me on the channel. Please like and share this video as much as possible. And as always, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you on the next episode where I talk about another love of Prince's. And until that next episode, I wish you heaven.